It's time for your weekly obsession, bringing you the latest drag news, pageant talk, and interviews from the source for drag in Arizona and nationally, ArizonaDrag.com. Welcome to Drag Talk with your host, Edward Michael.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drag Talk Live, brought to you by ArizonaDrag.com. I am your host, Edward Michael, and for the next hour, we will be talking drag. Plus, we'll be joined by special guest Carnita Asada, Mr. Gay America, Simba Hall, and Trey will be joining us a little bit later on. But right now, let's get right into it and start with our first segment, a little drag news.
Girl, the shade of it all.
Off. I've had it with you. Go the home. I've had it officially.
I'm back again.
But that was a choice.
Choices.
All right, starting off in our drag news this week, the Mr. Gay America pageantry system has a new owner. The reigning Mr. Gay America, Simba Hall, was announced as the new owner in a press conference that was held on Friday, February the 5th. It was also announced that the national pageant will be moving to a new home on the West Coast, Las Vegas, Nevada, on August the 16th through the 18th, 2021. And we will be talking to Simba a little later in the show about the news and what's the plan for Mr. Gay America moving forward. Now, Jim Flint, the owner of the Continental Pageantry System, has announced the cancellation of Miss Continental Elite and Plus for Easter weekend 2021. This is the second time Mr. Flint canceled the pageant, which will honor Asia Dupree and Darcel Stevens. He made the announcement via his own personal Facebook page on February the 8th, and he mentioned, and I quote, "As I have said, the first thing that is important to us is the people we love stay well and take the best care of themselves possible so we can all be together again to continue what we have always done in Continental, excellence in pageantry." The Continental Pageantry System hopes to resume pageantry Labor Day weekend of 2021, with all divisions being held in a single day pageant that would take place September the 3rd through the 6th, starting with Elite plus Mr. and Miss Continental. All previous contestants are still qualified for the 2021 pageant, with additional opportunities to be announced. Now, it was also mentioned Memorial Day weekend is also still a possibility to hold the Plus and Elite divisions as they continue to monitor the situation in Chicago. We will continue to monitor the news with Continental and bring it to you as soon as it comes in. Now we're going to move on to our pageant talk.
I'm gonna get that crown. Let's move around. Let's take our bodies to. I'm gonna get that crown. Arms, legs, snatch. I'm gonna get that crown. Get the crown on, girl. Get the crown on, girl. Get the crown on, girl. I'm gonna get that crown. Snatch. It's mine. Snatch. It's mine. Snatch. It's mine. It's mine.
Well, not a whole lot of pageants going on this past 2 weeks. But we do have a couple announcements. All American Goddess Pageantry System has announced the dates and the venue for the National Triple Crowning event. The new owner, Nikki Vixen, made the announcement via social media on Friday, February the 12th, 2021. The C2 event venue in Louisville, Kentucky, is the host of the triple crowning of All American Goddess at Large, All American Gent, and All American Goddess, to be held Thursday, June the 17th through Sunday, June 20th of 2021. Vixen said, and I quote, "We are, of course, hopeful for a more normal pageant. However, we are prepared for this to be a mask and socially distanced event. AAG Pageantry will announce specific protocols based on current recommendations as the time nears." Now, this past Saturday, February the 13th, they had a virtual pageant. Miss Gay Southwest United States at Large 2021 pageant took place virtually via the Gay United States Pageantry Facebook page. A total of 5 contestants competed, with Savannah C. Sanchez being crowned the new Miss Gay Southeast United States and is now qualified for the national pageant to be held May 20, 2021. Also held on the same night was the Miss Gay Southwest United States Icon pageant. A total of 2 contestants competed for the pageant, and Victoria Rochelle being crowned Miss Gay Southeast United States Icon. Now, both contestants are now qualified for the Miss Gay United States Icon pageant to be held also in May of 2021. That's going to do it for our pageant talk. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break with our first special guest, Miss Carnita Asada.
Boss.
And we are back. That's right. We got your free tickets to the Drive and Drag event coming up a month from tonight, March the 16th and March the 17th at the Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. So make sure you stay in touch with us on social media. Plus, we're going to have some queens giving away some tickets at some of the shows that are going on throughout the valley. But right now, I'd like to welcome my very first special guest. They have been a guest on the show several times, and I'm glad to have them again to talk more drag. Please welcome Carnita Asada.
Hi, Edward Michael. Come on, promo. Come on, drag talk. Come on, pageant realness. Come on, graphics. Okay, where am I at? I'm nervous now. This is a professional production.
You are never shy of energy, I must say. I wish that I had some of your energy sometime.
Thanks. You can have some. I'm sure the people around me will be happy for me to calm the foot down.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, of course, we know you are Carnita Asada. Tell me, how long have you been doing drag, and what do you enjoy the most about doing drag?
Yes, Edward. Each time I come on here, I feel like it's a growth moment. So how long have I been doing drag? Okay. So I have been doing it since the end of 2009. And if I do the math, what is that, like the carry to the 2 squared with the parenthesis, so like 11 years or something like that. And I always say this, I haven't been good at drag for the past like 12 months. Like, so really this quarantine has really helped me like really step up my game. No, I'm constantly growing in the 11, 12 years that I've been doing it. It has been quite an experience. And there's a lot of things that I learned, just by falling flat on my face and learning to get back up and tuck a little bit better. What was your other question?
What do you enjoy the most about doing drag?
Oh, I love working with the new people. I get excited. I get excited about new drag, right? So people who are just getting on stage, people that have, because here's the thing, a lot of the newer queens, I call them newer queens, they come out like with a full beat with pads. They don't have that kind of moment where they're struggling. They just come out looking fierce. And I think what is nice too is like you get a lot of the fluid queens. So they're constantly expressing their art, and it makes me want to stand up and applaud them, because I think that is our future. Like Whitney Houston says, I believe the children are future. Teach them drag and they'll be drag queens today. I feel that there's always an opportunity for our new performers to constantly express their art, and I just get so excited when I watch their feeds, their Instagrams and their Facebooks, and they're constantly doing all kinds of stuff that when I was new I would never do that. When I was new I was taught to do like a certain way, and there was no like, you couldn't express yourself outside of that box. And I love the fact that the box walls are so broken, and I love it. Love it.
Well, wonderful. So you are a human of different traits, and you continue to be involved. Now, you just launched a new social network called InterQ Phoenix, which is a live streaming social platform. Tell me how this new project came about and what InterQ Phoenix is all about.
Yeah, so I was approached about 3 years ago with this idea, and me and the owner and the person with like the technology concept, so like the artificial intelligence, we sat down and we just had these like really deep conversations that people weren't having, and I had to like not take it because it wasn't right for me at the time. And so we constantly stayed in contact. And then when we started to realize last year that the pandemic is really going to help really going to hurt content creators. And we saw that in our own community with people trying to do virtual drag and not really getting any like monetary stuff. And then our social medias are shutting them down because they're having a certain song without the rights. So then people's content is constantly like being filtered and not being seen objectively. So with that, we decided to come up with a platform, and it's under a bigger platform called Spear Digital. And we have our own LGBT friendly channel, and actually it's a queer inclusive channel. So we had to come up with something like, I love our LGBTQI plus squared, as Sassy says, the alphabet mafia. I love all of our letters, and I think they're absolutely valid. It is very hard for me myself to look at those letters on any given day and just pick one that like I identify with, or one that's just like, oh, this is who I am today. So we wanted to create this streaming platform from the queer perspective, and we came up with InterQ. And for its namesake, it's intersectionality plus queerness, which if there's anything that we know about our queerness is that it's so fluid, and that there's so many different factors about what influences who we are, and I find that it's a lot easier for us to see people without having, these labels, these letters, these things that oftentimes can get in my way or our own ways as a community. So we wanted to create a digital safe space where no one felt invisible, and really it just recognizes the complexity of our identity, like I said. And it's also a place for our allies where they can strive to be better, inclusive individuals in their own lives. And, the best part is it's here in Phoenix. I don't know if anybody knows that. So we get to create some morning sin every single day with a morning talk show. And we also get to work with queer artists, music, DJs. Oh my gosh. So just like, it's just so many things. But we have utilized this company's artificial intelligence, which is stuff I don't even know about, tech stuff, right? And we have been able to utilize it to create this InterQ platform, which basically I'm being the test dummy, right? And the reason I get to be the test dummy is to make it easier for content creators to come after me, so that when you sign up for this platform, we give you everything you need. So community, commerce, content, like, and at the end of the day, we just want to ensure that we are constantly building upon the spaces that need to be there. So we have Latin channels and we're have a science channel where it's all about like scientists and their perspectives, and the beautiful thing is we all overlap. So even though it's a queer inclusive channel, we also get to be a part of some of the other spaces that queer people haven't necessarily been a part of, right? We're not often a part of like the climate change debate. Like where do you see a drag queen about a climate change debate? These are some places that we can go, and the growth that we have experienced, oh my goodness, the growth is just phenomenal. And I'm so excited. If people want to look, we're not officially live because we're working just some tech stuff out, but on Mondays through Fridays from 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to 9 a.m. You can follow interq.me and watch our live stream. Thank you for that.
Now, you mentioned the Morning Cup of Sin, and we have some of your co-hosts in the chat.
All of them, those hoes. Oh, I love them.
Now, I have been tuning in to the Morning Cup of Sin, and I've been watching your technical glitches, but it's getting better, let me tell you.
Yes.
No,
totally.
But let me say, I think the topics and the discussions that you guys are talking about are important, and that's something that nobody else really in the queer community that at least I know about are talking about it. So I think the platform is great. I think you have a very diverse cast on the show. So tell us about the Morning Cup of Sin. So you talk about any topics, or do you have different topics each month or each day?
Yeah, you want to know the truth is we have at least 3 weeks of planning already done, right? And and what happens often is we start with one thing and we're like, wait a minute, let's shift this because somebody just mentioned something so powerful, so beautiful, so endearing, so just like all these different things. And sometimes we pivot the show live on air and we go with these things. And I think that's really the narrative that we have to put out there is we may start with, fuck, marry, kill, or whatever they call. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh God, I don't know if we're live. And then we can end up talking about like how our parents raised us and what it's like to move about the world as like a mixed individual or as a Black individual, and it's topics that are hard. I mean, they're so hard, talking deeply about sex trafficking or racism or just like, just so many things that we just, at the end of the day, I start really tired and I wake up and I feel so fulfilled after listening to other people be vulnerable. And when we start to have the live conversations using our hashtags, we're going to have this interactive experience one-on-one with people where they can respond live and we can navigate that conversation. And one of the things that was really important to me is to be into spaces that around the world, this goes out to around the world. We have, especially in the Middle East and stuff. In these spaces that traditionally queer people are punished or killed or reprimanded for just being who they are. I think seeing that and just being able to say, oh my gosh, there are people out there that look like me and act like me and experience the things that I experience. And we are so scared as a community, as a society, to even travel down those roads because we tiptoe around them. No, we're ripping that door out. We're going through that. We're tired of people not having the conversation, because if you look at 2020 right now, you can look around you and know that there's no conversation being had. It's you're right, I'm wrong, and I don't believe that's always the answer. I'm always right, but you know. It's a different thing. But no, to get back to what is the morning cup of sin, we're just, we label ourselves as like sinfully scandalous, bold, flashy, borderline tacky. And we're mostly a family. We are a family. Let's be real. We're a freaking family that fight and bicker and cry together. And man, this is just a great opportunity. And when we say what we mean, we say what we mean, and we're never scared to name what makes us afraid or what we've experienced. And that truly is the beauty of this show, is just people being authentic and without any filter, without really any script, just being who they want to be. Wait, Berkeley, you said nope. Excuse me? We're gonna have an online fight right now, and don't make this be dragged. Go ahead. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, am I muted?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Now I'm having technical difficulties.
It's okay. It's okay. We're here together. You spoke it into the universe and it bit ya.
True. So we have a question in the chat from Miguel Rodriguez. He says, what's different than other programs that were made already, like Q Talk America? Do you remember Q Talk America?
Was it a radio show?
Q Talk America was like a podcast video kind of show that was here for a little bit, and then it went away.
Well, I'm not familiar with that, so I can't speak necessarily on that. I know what really just sets us apart is our motto. So basically, we've seen all the things that other social media platforms have failed with, you know, selling data or constantly scrolling advertising, and we wanted to do away with that. And the way that we created this platform is so when people subscribe to our content or any of the channel's content, we're broken up in 3 different parts. You pay a subscription, and one part goes to future creation. So we invest back into other content creators. The second one goes to the content creators, so the ones that are currently creating content. And the third part goes into our philanthropic. So right now, we have been able to, I've been able to, okay, I'm just going to say this unhumbly because I just have to throw it out there. Part of utilizing my platform is to be able to navigate some of these things. Like I got to choose our funding partner. So one of those things, those philanthropic parts is we saw a need in our community. I saw a need. I spoke to a lot of people. And one of the things that I wanted to do is make things a lot easier on people. And I thought, what is the easiest thing that we can do in our community for individuals? And the one thing that kept coming up in conversation is people to be able to change their name. So we, through our we have an attorney's office. Our attorney's office is going to represent anybody, once we have funding in there, and we're just going to take it like a lottery and give these people the money. No questions asked. You don't have to sign off like, hey, we want to use your voice or advertising. No, we're doing this because this is going to make people's lives easier. And what is making people's lives easier using the InterQ platform is supporting the content creators, and easily supporting the content creators. You're looking at someone that, like, I get frustrated trying to Google something and I can't do it. So this is like a huge step for me. And if I can learn it, you all can learn it. And we have narrowed it down so easily and easy in steps and to functionality, so that the least amount of clicks as possible. And that's my specific thing that I want. So yeah, so we're gonna get back and do all these name changes, and I hope that this we can have 10 million monthly subscribers, and just think of all the people that we can help with that, and also help the content creators, you know, who have lost so much money, and create a platform that supports them and doesn't take away from them like some of the other music platforms, or who else? Yeah, mainly music, right? So like they take so much of the artist's money. I digress. I could get off on a top tangent, honey. You gotta stop me. Oh, you have testicle difficulties.
I keep muting myself.
It's okay. You should really mute.
That's my own fault. So he says, it's amazing what you're doing. But another thing that's different about InnerQ, because I saw this past weekend, we had a rave or a dance concert, and InnerQ was there. They were there's been some videos on there. So this is not just locally. It's going to be something globally, and you're going to continue to add content on there. So it's basically going to be a platform for the LGBTQIA community, that'll have different shows. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that makes you different. Where Q Talk, they were more of a podcast, more video podcast. You're going to be more globally here on InnerQ.
Yeah, and in the future, so this is like where we're seeing it. We're seeing us being able to rent a studio, you know, a broadcast studio. Then we can create sets, and then we can create shows on the sets, and then we can also be able to use those sets to have correspondence in other cities. So in other cities, like right now, we're getting correspondence in like Miami and Paris. And I just imagine when we all get this network together, we can actually create digital content from around the world. And I think that is the interconnectivity with InnerQ, is to be able to draw from these amazing people that we would never get to interact with before, and create something so new and so magical. If I have it my way, we would open studios in multiple cities. And you know, one of the models that we have worked with is, if bars or our safe spaces right now, if they're getting set to close down, some of the things that we can do is we can rent the space during the day, you know, repurpose certain spaces, use the space as a production during the day, and have the club open at night, and just kind of be able to help people survive. And really the gig workers, everybody is just so hurting right now. And if we can ensure that there's a safe platform that supports them and is accountable to them, and doesn't sell their data, then why wouldn't a content creator want to be a part of that? I've always been looking for someone to support me.
Okay, now before we go, because we got to move on with the show and bring our next guest on, how can people get involved? Are you looking for people or content creators? How can people get involved?
Yeah, I believe when the website, you might be able to go on right now, innerq.me, and sign up for a profile and take a look around. We're going to have other channels, hashtags. We're going to have all different kinds of things. Even on our channel, we may even have like movie releases from certain movie studios in the West Coast. So sign up, create a profile, and then as we grow and as we expand, I want to feel that it is on Monday, if I have everything my way, my way, on Monday, everything will be 100% full throttle, ready to go, and ready to like navigate and activate. And we also will have an app as well. So it would be an InnerQ app. It looks just like the logo that you put on there, and you can't miss it. So yeah, and you can also write me. You can write me, and I will answer every single email that you write. And should I just give it to everybody right now, or what? No.
What are you giving, to Facebook?
You can get follow me on Facebook, reach out to me on Instagram, whatever you want, and I will see what I can do. I want to get as many voices involved in this, and we're ramping up pretty quickly, so I'm excited about it.
So what is your Facebook handle and your Instagram?
My Instagram is Carnita Asada, just like the food. At Carnita Asada, you can also. I mean, I had the tick. Hey, oh my gosh! So, you know what was new since last time? I was hating on TikTok and Twitter last time, and now I have a TikTok and Twitter, which is at Queen Carnita. So, you're welcome.
Well, we're gonna have to follow that on you. Follow that on you as well. All righty, well, Miss Carnita Asada,
Is our time up?
Our time is up. We got to move on to our other guests.
Well, I love Trey. Trey's my favorite bearded queen, and I love you. So thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. We will talk to you again soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And we will be right back with Trey right after this commercial break. And we are back. Make sure you visit us online at arizonadrag.com, as well as follow us on our social media to get the latest drag headline pageant updates and everything going on drag across the country. We are the source for drag. But right now, I am so excited to welcome to Drag Talk, Trey. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. It was a journey getting here. My Wi-Fi's not working, but I got my wine and I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your dedication. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have you on the show. Let's start by introducing yourself to people who may not know who you are. So tell us who you are, how long you've been doing drag, and what you enjoy the most about doing drag.
Okay, sure. My name is Trey. I'm bearded burlesque broad beauty of Phoenix, Arizona. I have been doing drag on the scene for about 2.5 years now, which is kind of crazy to think it's been that short of a time, and I've been able to do so much with it. And my favorite thing about doing drag, oh God, there's so much. I always say that drag is first and foremost about joy and escapism. And it's a way for, I always say it's a way for us to escape the mundane of the day and join the magic of the night. We are the people you come out to see to lift your spirit, smile on your face, make you laugh, make you cry, make you forget about the day and the stress that it can bring. And I just love getting to connect with people and make people's lives a little bit better just by being in it and being sparkly.
Well, you are super talented. I must say that you're one of the most talented queens that we have here in Phoenix. But are you originally from New York?
So yeah, I'm from upstate New York originally. I lived in New York for the first 8.5 years of my life, and then I moved here. So I'm from New York, so that's why I always say the Broadway bug bit me before I left, even though I didn't live in the city. But yeah, I'm from upstate New York originally, but I've been here most of my life.
Did you do drag in New York?
Oh no, girl! I was 8 years old.
Okay.
I was wearing my sister's Little Mermaid costume. So my first time in drag was when I was 3 years old. I have a picture here with me. It's like a little picture of me at 3 years old wearing my sister's, Ariel wig and Cinderella costume. So, but no, I started drag out here in Phoenix.
Nice. So you have an upcoming show called
Yes.
let's put up the flyer here.
Ooh, a flyer, so fancy.
Trey's
Oh,
Cabaret, a one-woman cabaret show starring Trey, which is taking place this Sunday at Stacy's at Marrow's at 7 p.m. Now,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, you done a show similar to this on YouTube during the pandemic when things were happening virtually, correct?
Yeah, so here's kind of the story behind the whole thing. So first of all, I want to thank Stacey's for trusting me with this show, and I also want to thank Scotty Kirby for taking that beautiful photo for that beautiful fire. Got to get that in there. I couldn't do it without a million other people making me look good. I got to say that. But yeah, so basically, what happened, the pandemic, everybody has, if I had a nickel for every time I said that word, I'd not have to worry about a pandemic. But yeah, it's been crazy, and it shut down a lot of content creation, obviously. All the bars closed down, ways to create it was really about ingenuity. And so I was doing some Facebook Live events where I would just go and sing some karaoke and hang out, and then I did a more scripted version of that on Facebook Live. And then I was like, you know what would be really fun? It would be really fun to just create this, blockbuster, it was called Show Off, a digital drag vaudeville variety show. And I was like, what if I just took this digital drag content creation, because I was doing short form music videos, things like that. I just took this to the absolute zenith, and so that's where Show Off came from. I've been doing theater my whole life, and so the theater that I got performing in, I went in there and I used their space. I got a lighting designer. I got 8-foot letters that spells out my name in marquee lights. I tried to go all out, and I did a 45-minute Broadway vaudeville variety show that featured puppeteering, magic, singing, comedy, tap dancing. I played the ukulele. I was like, I want to pull out every trick in my little basket and make it something really thrilling and exciting that nobody's ever seen before. And basically what happened from there is the people over at Stacey's reached out to me and said, hey, we really like what you're doing. Would you like to do this once a month at Stacey's? And of course, I couldn't turn that down. So I said, oh, yeah, sign me up. And yeah, sure enough, here we go. It's starting this week.
So I know you just described how the YouTube show was. What
Mhm.
can people expect if they come out on Sunday to check out the live show? How is it going to be different?
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, the show that I produced for YouTube was a 45-minute show. This is going to be 2 hours. And it is a solo act. It's just me. It's not your typical drag show with some hosts and all of your favorite entertainers going out and singing your favorite songs. It's going to be just me, a microphone, and a prayer. That's what I keep on saying. And it's going to be 14 different songs and it's basically going to be like a storytelling of my life. It's sort of how I've framed the show. It's going to start from when I first began as a little wee baby to now performing, and how my life has changed and how drag has changed my life. I'm a firm believer in telling stories. The short version that I did for Show Off, that was very much like, let's just high impact, do as much as we can. Now that I have a little bit more time, I can really tell a story. And so I'm really elevating it with a story. But so yeah, stay tuned for that little story that I'll be telling about my life. But it's going to have all the same razzle dazzle. I'm playing the ukulele. I am puppeteering. I've got a little puppet that's like a little mini version of me. I'm tap dancing. I've got all sorts of crazy props, kinds of funny songs, from the Broadway catalog, American songbook classics, as well as some ones you've probably never heard before. So it's going to be really fun.
Wonderful. So let's put the flyer back up here and let's see. It's starting at 7 p.m. Let me go ahead and take down this banner. Starting at 7 p.m. Should they make reservations? I don't know if they can see that, but you can make reservations for the show.
Yeah, go ahead and call the bar. The phone number is on the flyer. The phone number is 602-264-1700. Give them a call. Let them know you'd like to come see the Trey Cabaret. I hope seats will fill up fast. I actually haven't checked what the reservations are looking like. I'm having a rehearsal on Friday, so I'll probably find out then. But I'm just going to say it. Tables are going fast. So call now. Get us. I seriously, I promise it's going to be something you've never seen before in Phoenix. That's always what I've tried to pride myself in doing, even outside of this show. You know, Carnita Asada was just on, the best bearded queen in Phoenix, I must say. She'll probably say I'm the best, but I think she's the best. She has the heart to prove it. I'm a cold-hearted, I don't know if I can say bad words, but word. Capital B, let's just say that.
No.
But no, I've always tried to bring something different, and, you know, this is no exception.
We have Stella in the show. I'm sure she's going to be in the audience. She loves the show idea.
Oh, thank you, Stella. Yeah, like I said, I always try to bring something different, whether it's burlesque or live vocals. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I'm singing the whole thing. It's all live vocals. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
Well, that is awesome. Now, speaking about Carnita, she had a question. So,
Oh, yeah.
After many years have passed, and it's time to hang up the rhinestone shoes, what do you want to be most remembered for?
Oh, that is a beautiful question. After the rhinestone shoes are hung up and retired, I want to be remembered for having the skinniest waist in Arizona, which I've got to start working on that right now. No, I'm just kidding. I want to be remembered for making a difference. You know, I love drag, and I love listening to Carnita speak about InterQ and about the outreach that they're doing and the ways that they are helping the community through fundraising and putting that back into the community. That's amazing. And along those lines, I would like to be remembered for, you know, making a difference in the community. I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram, but every day I do something called daily affirmation. It's like a daily affirmation over my morning coffee. And what I do is I just give little words of affirmation and hope and remind people to love themselves and to love others. And I give little tidbits of advice, little things that I like to remember, you know, so that stretches through everything I do. You know, like I said earlier, drag is escapism. And, you know, as much as we all need to live with what we are living with in our day-to-day life, and that's the only way we can grow is by confronting what we need to confront every day head on. We also need to escape. We need a chance to laugh. We need the people, you know, in entertainment and, you know, especially in drag, which is a safe, queer space, you know, we need that sort of, the people to lift up when we're down. And I really want to be remembered as somebody who, no matter what, you know, knew how to make somebody smile and knew how to make a difference. And I'm working every day to be better at that. That's something I'll never stop wanting, is to be better for other people and to lift other people up as well.
Wow, that is a great answer. I'm sure Carnita is pleased with
Thank
that
you.
answer. Well, Trey, it has been a pleasure to have you on the show tonight. I look forward to Trey Cabaret. I will do my absolute best to be there. We will post the flyer, of course, on our social
I'd love
media.
to be there.
We will post the flyer on our social media so that
Awesome.
everybody has all the information. But I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show tonight, and good luck in your show.
Oh, the pleasure is absolute mine. I'm so excited you reached out and gave me the chance. So I just want to raise a toast to you. Thank you for all you're doing. I love the ArizonaDrag.com. I've checked it far too many times. I think this is great that you're making a resource that lifts up the amazing community we've got here. You know, I know you said that you think I'm one of the most talented queens in Phoenix, which I can't even believe that's even a word that anyone would say about me. But there is really, truly so much amazing drag here in Phoenix. And Stacey's just released a whole new line of entertainment, all new shows every weekend, most nights of the week. So stay tuned for all of that. Like, they just brought on Magic, which features an
Oh, I think we lost Trey. I know they were having some technical difficulties. Um, but yes, Stacy's does have a whole new line of new shows. Of course, we'll post them on our social media. So we'll be back with our last special guest, last but certainly not least, Mr. Gay America, Simba All Hall will be joining us. Let's see, I think we got Trey back. Trey.
Hi, sorry. Oh my God, I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi is crazy. I just want to end on thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here and that you included me in this. And I can't wait to see all of you at the Trey Cabaret on Stacy's at Melrose at 7 p.m. on this coming Sunday. You don't want to miss it.
And we'll be back right after this. Thank you.
Boss.
Welcome back to Drag Talk. At this time, my special guest is Mr. Gay America, Simba All Hall. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure being here.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm absolutely fabulous. Forgive my looks and the ambiance that I'm in. I'm actually got called into work. So I'm here at work and I'm in our conference room doing this interview. My dedication to my good friend and the America system.
Well, I appreciate you. So let's get right into it. In case anybody doesn't know who you are, I don't know how they can't. How long have you been doing drag?
Well, I've been in male lead entertaining for 20 years now. And I've gone on to win titles such as Mr. Duval, Mr. Renaissance, Mr. Gay, US of A, just to name a few, Mr. Continental. And I am the reigning Mr. Gay America and now newly named owner of Mr. Gay America.
Yes, we will get into that in just a minute. So tell me, what do you enjoy the most about being a male lead?
I enjoyed the camaraderie, actually getting to connect to people who love the art form and enjoy watching male lead. The older I get, and I am reaching those ages, those golden ages, as I would describe it. Um, I saw my need of going back and actually giving back to those who are aspiring, like I was when I was young. And so that's the joy that keeps me going now. And at this point, even being Mr. Gay America, to watch the people enjoy what I do, my art form after 20 years and it still be respected. That's the joy that I get from performing now and these days.
That's awesome. Now let's talk about your performing because you're one of the very few male leads who actually sings live. Do
Yes.
you have like a history in singing? Were you in theater or what? What do you have to say about singing live for your
My
performances?
my mom actually said I had a mic in my hand before I could walk, so I'm going to stick to that story. If I had a picture, I would show you. I was this little chubby, little cute little baby, bow-legged with a mic in my hand. It was so cute. But my cousin, who was a musician, used to always tell me, "Get away from me, you can't sing." So my mom saw the passion in me, and actually at the age of 8, um, she started enrolling me in private classes at the collegiate level. And I was introduced to my very first private lessons I was on a college campus taking lessons at the age of 8, and from there it just goes. I went on to become or to sing in my choir at church, and then I went on to a creative and performing arts high school where I actually had the opportunity to indulge my talents there. And I went on to sing with the Grammys, and I mean, I've been singing ever since. So
Nice. So, tell me, with the many titles that you have won and throughout your career, are each one of them different and special to you?
absolutely. Um, I will go with my favorite. I used to say I didn't have a favorite, but I do. And that would be Craig Henderson in US of A. I enjoy the fact that Craig allows his kings to be who they are and have fun in the process. I do believe there should be rules and regulations, but to be able to have fun and be you, that's what the gay US of A system stands for. Continental is special to me because Continental gave me my my how can I put this? I actually learned and appreciated the glamour of performance through Jim Flint. It was always professionally ran, started on time. We had a great time while we were there, but he stuck to being professional. Renaissance. I love Renaissance because it taught me how to reign. Um, Randall Smith is, I'll tell you, it's a lot of people you have love-hate relationship with him, but he is good at what he does. He is great at training and uplifting people and teaching them how to nourish the gifts that is inside of them. So I want to see Mr. America kind of like build in between the three of those. I want us to have fun at the same time, have structure, and no matter what level that you come to me as, meaning you can be a newcomer all the way up to a veteran. We're going to give you a fair opportunity, and we will nourish and grow what you bring to the table. So, and I know you didn't ask me that, but those are my top three, and it's because of them that I was encouraged to take over being promoter of Mr. Gay America.
So let's get right into that then. On
Mhm.
February the 5th, about a week and a half ago, you made a big announcement that you were taking over ownership of the Mr. Gay America system. What made you want to take on that role?
Well, America is the longest running pageantry system in America, and I didn't want to see that die. Mike and Rob are great. They love um, the art of female impersonation. They love giving back to the community. But I mean, they will be the first to tell you it was a little overwhelming for them. Um, and I think they always had the finances, and I never did not get paid what they said that they would pay me and more. I mean, they treated me like the king that I feel like. But I knew that if it was anyone else, they would have felt that they didn't get the attention needed, and that they didn't feel like they were really growing. Um, Mike and Rob was able to have a veteran like me to actually know the business, know what to do, and to go with it versus my big brother, big little brother, Judas, he's fresh, he's new. So he needed a little more of that guidance to reign as the symbol of excellence. So in watching those two titles and to see how my reign is going and to understand where Judah's reign went, I felt it was my obligation because I really do care about the America system. I felt it was my obligation to take it over. I'm very, very candid. I'm very, very um, transparent. I believe in telling people what it is, how it is, at all times. And I think that whoever is succeeding me will enjoy that and be able to say, you know what? I had a ball and a blast as Mr. Gay America.
And also, with that announcement of you taking ownership, you announced that it will be in a new location. You're moving it to the West Coast, being probably, in my recent memory, the first national pageant here on the West Coast,
Hmm.
to Las Vegas, Nevada. I know you're from
Yes.
Las Vegas. Was that a big factor, it being in your hometown, or did you just feel Las Vegas was the right choice?
It was a lot of factors as and being candid, I'll speak. We talked. I really wanted to see it in Arizona as well. I felt like we needed something on the West Coast. We originally were supposed to be in Dallas. When you think of Dallas, you think US of A. You think of Chicago, you think Continental. I wanted a name or city. When you thought of that city, you thought America. So I'm really looking to flourish it here. Me being here was a factor. The type of productions that I want to bring, not only during my give up, but further those that precede me are yes, proceed me. I want to make sure that I'm able to give them the type of production that they would want. And Vegas is a lovely place. I would say a lot of people I thought I was going to get a little pushback. Every single person that I've talked to, oh, I'm taking my vacation. We're going to Vegas. So I really am excited to see what the America system will do here in Vegas.
That is awesome. Well, although it couldn't be in Arizona, we tried, but but
We
I
did
love
try. We did.
I do love Las Vegas, and it's very close here. So also you made another announcement. You expanded the prize package to $10,000 for the winner. Oh, that is a lot of money
It
for
is.
one.
It is.
And do you feel it's important to have a big number as a prize package in order to gain interest? Or was that just something that you felt from your experience as a national title holder that it would make the winner have the best reign or the most successful reign that they could have?
Well, I've been in the industry again for 20 years, and I've always heard we will never get paid what we're worth, ever. But I felt in my heart if I was still competing, this is the money that I would be investing in my craft. The work of America is huge. Right now, we're looking at 20 prelims, and to do the work and keep up with those promoters, with making sure that you have contestants at each one of those, doing your monthly newsletter and releasing your monthly picture. It's a lot of work. I think $10,000, as I want to use Biden's phrase, to raise it from $15, $2,000 has been the norm for years. Every now and again, you might see a system go up to $3,000 or $4,000. But yes, I want to make sure that whoever takes it over knows that I appreciate their talent. I'm going to work them, but they will get paid for their work. Um, I know if I was back in the day and if I was, looking at which pageant I wanted to go to, and I saw a pageant that was giving away $10,000 and another pageant which you're doing just as much work, it might have about the same prestige and they're giving 5,000. Trust me, I'm heading on over to that $10,000 pageant.
I feel you on that.
Hmm.
So you said 20 prelims, that would mean 40 contestants, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
40 contestants competing over 3 days. It's going to be August 16th through the 18th in Las Vegas with the venue to be announced. So if somebody's watching that wants to get involved or be a contestant, how can they do that?
Please contact me. The best way to contact me is on my Facebook, Simba R Hall. Send me a message. I check my messages at least. If I'm not in the air, I check it every 2 or 3 hours at the bare minimum. Also, you can reach us on Facebook on the Mr. Gay America page. You also can email me at simbarhall@yahoo.com. Those are the basic ways to reach out to me. My promoters are very active and they are not silent at all about who they are. So if you see a promoter online promoting the system, please by all means hit them up. If they don't contact me, I promise you that they are interested in you and I will hear about it. So I love the family that America has. And I've been a part of several systems, as I stated. I look at the top three, well, the top two for sure being US of A and Continental. And being a part of those two systems and now being a part of America, I have never seen the promoters gel and are on such one accord as they are with the America promoters. And that's what makes me really proud. That's probably going to be the joy of my job, getting to work with them. And I'm so used to doing everything by myself. So to have a team that will actually back me up, I give them a dream and they run with it. That's the joy that I'm experiencing right now. And I haven't even gotten into the thick of my job. But that's the joy that I'm experiencing even as we speak today. My promoters taking over and making my dreams and what I want to see with the system come true.
Well, speaking of your promoters, I am a promoter, and we are now accepting applications for Mr. Gay Arizona America. If you would like to represent Mr. Gay Arizona America, you can apply at mrgayarizona.com. We have prize package information on there, and we will be selecting our representatives to compete at the national level. I'm really excited for that. Well, my friend.
I am too.
Well, my friend, I do appreciate your time and your dedication, and
It's over already.
we got more show to do. Well,
Great.
I'll have you on more. Don't worry.
Great.
As we progress in the show,
As we progress, I got you.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being on the show.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
That was Simba All Hall, Mr. Gay America. I absolutely adore him. Well, we are running out of time here. We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Drag Talk. Next week, we will be joined by Texas All-American gent, Nathan C. Paris, who is our drag artist of the month. If you haven't checked out his article, please do so right now at arizonadrag.com to read his interview for our drag artist of the month. But he will be joining us next week. Plus, we'll have other special guests as well. So thank you all for tuning in to this week of Drag Talk. Please follow us on social media for your latest interviews, show schedules, news, and highlights. And we will catch you next week right here for more Drag Talk.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Drag Talk. For the latest news, pageant updates, and interviews, visit us online at arizonadrag.com and follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next week for more Drag Talk.